Welcome to Texas Tech TV. Brian Jensen, John Harris, Chris Lovell, the Texas Tech Sports Network crew with you for the keys to the game for this weekend's Big 12 matchup between your Texas Tech Red Raiders and the number 5 ranked Baylor Bears, being played at AT&T Stadium. Not AT&T Jones, the AT&T Jerry Jones World. Over here, the big stadium, the Cowboys Stadium. It's been a great series that they've played there. Very exciting series. Close usually. The games are down to the wire. So let's go to John Harris with his first key to the game and a question. You think this one is close?
I hope it is. And I'm hoping for two things. One, a power failure. And by that, I mean the Baylor offense runs out of gas early, because they clearly are very, very good, and they just don't make mistakes. And maybe this is the game where Bryce Petty throws his second interception of the year, or they fumble or just turn the ball over, take away some of their opportunities. And for a while, Red Raider coach Kliff Kingsbury has been saying, we've got to play a perfect game. We've got to play a better game. We've got to play our best game. And if ever there was a time that needs to happen, it's now against a very, very highly ranked Baylor team. And it's not just their offense that is so good, it's their defense that's helping them out as well. So I just think if you're going to have an opportunity to win, whether you get it to the end of regulation and take it in overtime, as this game went to overtime a year ago, you've got to play very, very well. No turnovers. Don't give up opportunities. You can't give up one big play after another.
Seems like for the most part in this series, since it's been played at Cowboys Stadium, it has been one of those things where both teams have kind of risen to the occasion, and that maybe is one of the reasons that it's created such a close matchup year in and year out. Your thoughts and your key, Chris?
Well, I just want to tell John, hope is not a strategy, but we'll see. And I think that as bad as it was last weekend in Lubbock, and Kliff said this this week, I think top 5 team, national television, NFL stadium setting and all that, it kind of helped turn the page a little bit. But my deal is kind of what John said, that Bryce Petty, you got to heat him up somehow. Easier said than done. But he's got to feel your presence, because he has just had no adversity all season long. I mean, I do think Dartwan Bush, he's back in action this week. I think that will help some. But you're picking your poison here, because if you commit to trying to heat him up, you're opening yourself up on the back end of that defense for some big plays, and Baylor probably starts to salivate. So I don't know exactly. I would also say this. Jakeem Grant, when he was a senior, it played a high school playoff game and ran a kickoff back 2 years ago. Last year, he did the same thing.
Hey, you're taking a key over here away now.
That would help.
Well, that was my key. Yeah. My key is actually special teams, because, hey, we haven't even talked about Baylor's defense. They're one of the best defenses also in the country, certainly in the Big 12. They proved it against Oklahoma State, too. So, okay, so let's say that you are able to move the football at times against them. Let's say you do have an opportunity to get to Bryce Petty a little bit and slow that offense down a little bit. As we've seen in this series the last couple of years especially, you're going to need a spark, I think, from special teams too. And if it's Jakeem Grant bringing back another touchdown, or another kickoff for a touchdown, or maybe it's a punt return or something of that, maybe it's a block, maybe it's something that just sparks and gives you an edge at a time when you really need it in the game. And at the same time, flip side, not allowing that to happen on the other side. So this is one of those games, I think, because there's so much firepower in it, that you really do need a spark from somewhere where you least expect it. Maybe that's where it'll come. So, hey, have you guys ever looked back at any of these keys to see if any of them are actually, Yeah, okay.
They're all right every time.
Okay.
Mashed potatoes at the wall, man.
All right, okay, very good. Well, those are your keys to the game for this one. Be sure, as you watch it, you also listen to the Texas Tech Sports Network crew, won't you?